will debut. The Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. And I'm telling you right now, this is probably going to be one of the lowest rated.
Game on, people. You won't believe what's happening with these WNBA Finals tickets. The so-called biggest basketball event of the year is selling for prices that'll make you double-check your screen. We're talking about get-in seats going for the cost of a drive-through meal combo. No exaggeration. $25 for a finals ticket. That's not a typo. It's almost disrespectful to the players grinding all season just to see fans paying less than gas money to watch them chase a championship. How did we get here? The WNBA has been screaming all year about record ratings, sold-out crowds, and unprecedented growth. Yet the finals look emptier than a Monday movie matinee. Where did all those new fans go when it actually mattered? This league just had its most successful season ever. Every network talking about momentum, every highlight reel boosting star power. And now? Ticket prices collapsing faster than a missed fast break. And it's not ancient history either. Let's talk right now, Game 1 in Las Vegas. The entertainment capital of the world should be packed to the rafters, but instead the stands are practically begging for bodies. Nosebleed seats, $30. Lower bowl, $45. Behind the bench, $90. You want courtside luxury? Just $130. Less than what some people drop at brunch. It's wild because last year those same seats went for double or even triple that price. Courtside used to scream exclusive. Now it's practically a clearance rack deal. Imagine telling players who've worked their whole lives for this moment that a finals ticket costs less than a hoodie. What's going on with the WNBA's so-called growth? Something's not adding up and fans are starting to notice. Last year, those same courtside seats were going for around $2,000. This year, you can grab one for just under $1,000. And if you're feeling a little fancy, behind the basket seats are sitting around $800, and that's basically the only section that's even close to selling out. But here's the wild part. These aren't resale prices. Nope, these are straight off Ticketmaster and SeatGeek, which means the league and the teams can't even fill the arena at face value. Let's be real. It's not like Vegas suddenly stopped caring about basketball. The Aces are still a powerhouse. Aja Wilson's playing like a true MVP. Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum bring pure Showtime energy every night. And they're up against the Phoenix Mercury, a team that clawed its way back into the spotlight this season. Everything should be electric, but something's off. Really off. Because here's the cold truth. Outside the die-hard fans, no one's paying attention. And that's the league's worst nightmare.
The controversy that led up to this game is pretty much attached to Caitlin's name. That is the Las Vegas Aces actually knocking off Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Well, Caitlin did not play, but we know the referees kind of had a hand in that, we should say, with kind of making sure the Las Vegas Aces was pushed to making it to the finals. Not to mention, we got none other than Dewana Bonner, former Indiana Fever, quit the team herself in the talk and conversation of this WNBA Finals, and more importantly, her significant other, Alyssa Thomas, has found herself in some hot water as well.
When Caitlin Clark was in the spotlight, tickets vanished in hours. You couldn't even sniff a resale seat under $200 for Fever games in May. That alone proves what fans have been shouting for months. The so-called WNBA boom wasn't some genius marketing plan. It was Caitlin Clark. She was the show. She brought the hype, the viewers, the sponsors, and the firepower that made people care. Without her, the league feels like it slipped right back into that old fight for attention. And here's the kicker. While ticket prices are tanking and fans are vanishing, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is still out there giving speeches about how the league's in the strongest position it's ever been. Seriously? The numbers tell a completely different story. Ma'am, with all due respect, if the league's really so strong, why does it cost less to see your finals than to bowl a few frames at the MGM Grand? Be serious. The ticket charts tell the real story loud and clear. When the matchup was first announced, upper-level seats started around $50, but within a single week, prices dropped 20%. By the time the media even picked it up, you could already grab lower bowl seats for under $60. That's not growth, that's collapse. And it's a nightmare for optics. All year long, the WNBA has been pushing this fairy tale of historic growth, brand deals, Nike collabs, record merch sales. But what's the point if nobody's showing up when it actually matters? You can't brag about momentum while your finals look emptier than a Tuesday matinee. Now, of course, the online defenders are scrambling, saying things like, "Oh, but it's Vegas." There's too much competition for attention. Please. When the NBA Finals eventually hit Vegas, you won't find $25 tickets anywhere. People will be dropping thousands because people care. That's the difference. Let's keep it real. The league fumbled this one badly. They leaned too hard on social media hype and not nearly enough on building a real fan base that actually shows up to games. The marketing looked good online, but in the stands? Crickets. And here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to say out loud. This finals matchup has zero juice. No drama, no rivalries, no viral trash talk. You don't have Caitlin Clark. You don't have Angel Reese. You don't have anything that pulls in casual fans. Without those storylines, the finals just feel flat and fans can sense it. Right now, it's just basketball. Nothing more, nothing less. And while the play on the court might be solid, the league has accidentally trained fans to only care about drama, not the actual game. Let's be real. The Mercury versus Aces finals just doesn't sell itself. There's no rivalry, no tension, no hero versus villain storyline to keep people glued to their seats. Just two great teams hooping in front of half-empty stands. It's sad to see. What's even crazier, some players are quietly admitting that the finals energy just isn't there. Compare that to the start of the season. Every Caitlin Clark game felt like a national event. Fever arenas were packed. Cameras flashing, reporters flooding the tunnels, fans lining up hours before tip-off. That electricity? Completely gone now. And here's the real kicker. It's not just because Clark's injured. It's about how the league treated her and her fans all season.
And that is the WNBA ticket prices. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. The ticket prices. So Legion Hoops, they made it their business to tweet about this. Now, I find this to be quite funny, me personally, bro. It says tickets for game one for the WNBA final between the Aces and Mercury.
Every time she got hacked and there was no whistle, every time another player mocked her success, fans noticed. They felt disrespected. And when fans feel like their star is being targeted, they tune out, fast. Now that the Caitlin bump has completely vanished, the numbers are crashing straight back to reality. Attendance, viewership, energy, all in free fall. And it couldn't come at a worse time, because the league's heading into critical CBA negotiations. Players are demanding higher pay, bigger revenue shares, and real benefits, which they deserve. But here's the problem. How do you demand a raise when your finals tickets are sitting at $40 or less? You can bet owners and networks are taking notes. They'll point to these empty seats and say, look, even your best season couldn't fill arenas. And that's brutal, because it hurts everyone. The players, the fans, the league itself. Low attendance doesn't just mean lost money. It means weaker sponsorships, smaller TV deals, and zero leverage when the next big negotiation comes around. And yet, here's Kathy Engelbert still standing at podiums, smiling for cameras like nothing's wrong, talking about record growth, expanding the game, and how the state of the league is strong. Meanwhile, fans can't even be bothered to show up for $30 finals tickets. If you're gonna brag about historic success, you better be ready to face historic apathy, because that's exactly what's happening right now. The optics online? Brutal. Fans are posting screenshots of ticket maps showing hundreds, sometimes thousands, of empty seats in nearly every section. The comments are savage. Some are joking that this is the most accessible finals in history, while others say, the silence in the arena is louder than the refs' whistles this season. And honestly, they're not wrong. It all ties back to one glaring problem. The league keeps ignoring what the fans actually want. People want consistency. They want to see their favorite stars promoted, respected, and protected. They want fair officiating, not politics. Real engagement, not corporate PR talk. But instead, the WNBA keeps tripping over itself, acting like balancing spin and authenticity is some impossible equation. It's like they're allergic to genuine success. Caitlin Clark handed them an audience that leagues dream of. She brought energy, eyeballs, and a wave of new fans. And what did they do? Instead of embracing it, they treated her like a problem to manage. And now look where that's gotten them. Finals with record-low ticket prices, half-empty arenas, and a commissioner pretending this disaster is part of some grand strategy. It's not just sad, it's almost comedic. At this rate, next year's finals might be held at a high school gym, and that's not even a joke. The craziest part? It didn't have to be like this. The WNBA had everything lined up for a breakout moment. A growing fan base, national spotlight, fresh sponsors, and one of the most talked about athletes in all of sports. But somehow, they managed to take that once-in-a-generation momentum and turn it into a $30 ticket fiasco. Unbelievable. It's almost impressive, in the most twisted way possible.
Asia Wilson can't even get tickets up to $50. Bruh, this is bad. I mean, this is beyond bad. This just tells you the state of this damn league. And I'm here to tell you, oh, this is hella funny. It says the most unwatchable basketball product possible between the two teams left standing, not to decimate it by injury. Kathy Engelbert.
For months, Kathy Engelbert and her crew were out here celebrating like they'd just cracked the secret formula to women's basketball. Every single press conference sounded like a broken record. The numbers are up, the brand is strong, the league's growing faster than ever. But behind all that PR sparkle, the actual product didn't change one bit. Same lazy marketing, same officiating chaos, same dull broadcast shots that make the game feel smaller than it is. They really thought hype alone could carry the finals. And now reality just punched them right in the face, and guess what? The players see it too. Sophie Cunningham, Nafisa Collier, Aja Wilson, they've all spoken up about leadership problems. Instead of fixing the issues, Engelbert's answer is always the same. Hold another listening session, start another task force, and hope it blows over. Like seriously, more meetings, less action. That's their big plan? Every struggling league's favorite trick. Here's the truth everyone sees but no one in that front office wants to admit. Fans came for Caitlin Clark, not the WNBA brand. That's the uncomfortable reality. Without her, there's no buzz, no spark, no viral moments pulling in millions of viewers. The finals should feel like the climax of the season, but instead it's giving post-party hangover energy. And now the marketing team's in panic mode, posting last-minute highlight reels, forcing new storylines, and flooding social media with empowerment hashtags. But it's too late. You can't hashtag your way out of empty seats. You can't brand your way out of fan apathy. And the latest excuse? They're trying to spin this ticket fiasco as making the finals accessible. Please, nobody's buying that. Cheap tickets don't scream accessibility. They scream desperation. The league needed a moment of dominance. Instead, it's serving a masterclass in denial. Let's be real. For fans, this doesn't look like accessibility. It looks desperate. Accessibility means you sell out the arena and have to open more seats, not slash prices by 70% because no one's buying. That's not strategy, that's panic. Even ESPN seems over it. The coverage feels half-hearted, the commentary sounds forced, and those crowd shots? Painful. Whole rows of empty seats right behind the broadcast booth, killing the vibe on live TV. For a league that never stops talking about momentum, this finals feels like someone slammed the brakes full force. And here's the funniest part. They can't even blame the economy this time. Fans are out here dropping hundreds for concerts, UFC fights, and college football games. But somehow a $30 WNBA Finals ticket still doesn't move the needle. It's not about money, it's about interest. If people aren't willing to spend even $30 to watch the biggest games of the year, that's not a price problem. That's a relevance crisis. The WNBA had a once-in-a-generation chance to lock in millions of new fans. All they had to do was keep the energy alive, make people feel like the league was worth watching even when Caitlin Clark wasn't on the court. But instead, they alienated her fan base, silenced her supporters, and turned every possible storyline into off-court chaos. And now they're paying for it. Literally. Years of "we're growing the game" speeches, yet somehow they still can't figure out that growth doesn't mean anything if fans stop showing up. Fans don't want perfection, they just want passion. They want intensity, consistency, leadership that actually leads. Not the kind that runs the league like it's a summer camp retreat. And honestly, it's time to stop pretending this is fine. You can't tweet record growth every week while selling $25 finals tickets in Las Vegas like it's a local school talent show. The disconnect is embarrassing and everyone can see it, and that's not growth. It's panic dressed up as optimism. Let's be honest, Vegas has done its part. The Aces are loaded with stars, fans, and one of the strongest home court setups in the entire league. They bring entertainment, energy, and talent every night. But when even their finals crowd looks half empty, that's not just a Vegas issue. That's a league-wide problem screaming for attention. And look, the Mercury might not have the superstar pull of Caitlin Clark, but this is still the championship round. It's supposed to feel like the biggest stage of the season, not a preseason scrimmage at a community gym. Every other sport gets it. The Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, March Madness, they all feel massive. The WNBA Finals right now Feels like someone squeezed it in between two pickleball tournaments. And here's the painful part. This was supposed to be their year. Caitlin Clark handed the league a once-in-a-lifetime spotlight. The momentum, the attention, the new fans, it was all right there. All the league had to do was ride the wave. Double down on marketing, build storylines, make the finals feel huge. Instead, they got lazy. They assumed the hype would just roll over automatically, that people would keep watching out of habit. That's not how this works. You have to earn people's attention. You have to give them storylines, rivalries, emotion. Something that makes them say, I have to see this game. But instead, the biggest talking point isn't who's dominating on the court. It's how cheap the tickets are. That's insane. So yeah, $25 gets you into the finals. But no one's lining up. The league keeps saying it's growing, but those empty seats are telling a completely different story. Maybe it's time for the WNBA to stop hiding behind hashtags and start focusing on the one thing that really matters. Keeping fans genuinely invested. Because right now the hype's gone, and the silence is deafening. So yeah, $25 might get you a finals ticket, but it won't buy back the fans' trust. The league had everything it needed, and somehow let it slip right through its fingers. What do you think? Is this rock bottom, or can they still turn it around? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe, because you know we're not done yet. See you on the next one.